Welcome in. What is up? I am GpaSilverMane. I want to talk about this 2022 preview Age of Apocalypse. Phenomenal. They've been listening. If you've watched my content recently on Marvel Strike Force, I had one foot out the door already. And I was giving it till June to see some real change, and it sounds like change is in the works. Now, what I mean by change is a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of new game modes, a lot of awesome investment. They've done great with artwork. They're pulling out all the stops. They are bringing us content that is of their caliber, of what they should be bringing. It's phenomenal. It's all good. The one thing I gotta say is they're not fixing things from what I've seen. Like Arena, they got to take the cheating out of it. The cheating aspect has got to go. I would love to be spending on this new Bishop costume. I don't know that I would use it. I just wanted to collect because Bishop is my favorite character in the game. But there's a lot of great things coming, and this is a huge step in the right direction. I can see how this is all going to intertwine with a catch-up bundle, like a hyperdrive type bundle, to give you 10, 15, 20 teams or etc. At a set level, so that way you can be competitive in the new Cosmic Crucible and such. So let's go ahead and dive in here and see what they got for us. Will it be good?
I have slept for too long. In ancient times, my reign was unchallenged until I was imprisoned by a new kind of adversary. I was defeated, but while I slumber, I dream of the future. One with the warriors I need, whose power I will use to bring about a new age for the entire multiverse. An age of apocalypse.
So that's phenomenal, right? Definitely subscribe to Marvel Strike Force YouTube channel. They put these out all the time. These in Strike Time. They're phenomenal. I wish there was more of them. I wish there was more content of them communicating with us. Apocalypse is coming. Gambit's confirmed. Essentially, the cards in the top right corner. As Tana pointed out there, he is confirmed. Essentially, he's only card wielding, card throwing. Badass. Essentially, he's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to collect him. He's one of my favorites of all time as well. As are all the mutants, essentially. I love Marvel. Everybody does, right? So, definitely phenomenal. I was thinking Magneto, Mystique, and Psylocke were 3 out of the 4. Clearly, they're all 4 new characters, essentially, from what they said. But Cerebro did say in the Strike Time video that things are evolving. So, could it be a different take on the same character? As they said, they're going to bring the Doctor Strange from What If to the game. So, you're going to have multiple Doctor Stranges. Could you not have multiple Lady Deathstrikes from different eras? And the multiverse has been unchained. And essentially what Cosmic Crucible is trying to get pieces back in place from different multiverses. So these could just be a Magneto from a different multiverse or a Psylocke from a different multiverse. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of potential here, and there's a lot of up in there. So a lot of guessing. But it is not going to be a character that's already in the game, essentially turning into a horseman in an empowered state, from what I understand. It's going to be an actual new character, whether that's just another version of the same character we already have in game. Welcome to 2022. Share a number of announcements, upcoming content, and features. Seeing if I wish they'd really fix some of the things in the game, like the amount of time it takes to do raids, as well as Arena. They got to fix Arena. Something's got to be done about Arena. Take the cores out. Whatever you got to do. Even if they change it out, like people are saying, oh, they're going to change it over to character shards and put the cores in the Cosmic Crucible, right? That's dumb too, because you're essentially giving them tons of shards for being cheaters. So they got to remove the cheating one way or another, or just remove the game mode entirely. It would be wonderful to me if they can't fix the cheating. Details shared below are subject to change, and all this is subject to change essentially because they want our feedback. So comment on every video you watch from Marvel Strike Force where you have an opinion. Get on Reddit, thumbs things up, thumbs them down, or the arrow up, arrow down thing. I don't understand it myself. I do a little bit of Redditing, if that's what it's called, Redditing. Needless to say, that's where they would check for most of their information. Definitely leave your opinions everywhere possible in the community. Check out their Discord. they are listening. If you want to be heard, leave your comments for dang sure. It's phenomenal to know that they are listening. And we always knew this. It's whether or not they want to make the changes, right? Or they want to acknowledge it. Let's explore why 2022 is shaping up to be the best year ever in Marvel Strike Force. That Sean Dugan, man, I'm telling you, when I seen his first interview, he had me so stoked. I went and made a why you should play Marvel Strike Force in 2022. And then it was shortly after that it just all fell apart again. So this is definitely uplifting to see that they're bringing new, fantastic things to the game. But they need to fix the problems too at the same time. My complaint's Arena, man. You get rid of Arena completely, I will instantly buy the Battle Pass Strike Pass. That's the only thing that's holding me back. Age of Apocalypse. Insubordinate is known for many by names, or is known by many names, but you probably know him in the infamous supervillain Apocalypse as the infamous supervillain. Embark on an epic journey to find, confront, and eventually unlock Apocalypse. So are we going to use the Four Horsemen to unlock him? But of course, to even have a hope of finding Apocalypse, you must first discover and recruit the legendary Four Horsemen for such an epic quest. The dev team has reimagined how the legendary characters will be unlocked with a fresh, new experience befitting their fabled stature, called the Scourge. And the Scourge is essentially what they should have did with Avengers Tower. All new artwork, new setting, new scenery, new, you know what I mean? They touched it up. It looks new. They actually invested time and effort into it. It's phenomenal. New event mode. In order to unlock the legendary Horsemen, players will have to do Scourge events. And this will come 4 times this year before the Apocalypse. And it's all going to be this year. So the first one should be pretty soon, I would assume. And then every 2 months we'll get another one, give or take. Clear 10 sequential connected nodes called a run, similar to Dark Dimension. And then you get rated on a run for beating however far you get this score, and that's how you get rated in the leaderboards. Now, something I found interesting is Yo-Yo. They have a new Black Bolt anniversary costume coming for Black Bolt, as well as they have Yo-Yo here in the comment section. I found that very, very interesting. I don't know if this is going to mean anything, essentially. Maybe it's just me looking too far into it, but it'd be interesting to see. And LDS is here on the first node, so is she, in fact, Pestilence? We shall see. Because that will be the first one. The first Scourge will be Pestilence, and it could just be her from a different reality, right? Or a different time and such. Players can customize their challenges by selecting a level of difficulty 1 to 10. Don't go to 10. If you're doing 1, it's all good because you're still going to get rewards. And that is the best part. This is all about having fun. From what the video said, they are doing what they need to do, and they're doing it great. Okay? Everybody's going to have their quirks and their things that they can't get past. And for me, that's Arena. Essentially, I'll die on that hill. I'll never spend again until then. But the game overall, 9 out of 10. It's doing phenomenal. They're doing what they're supposed to as a company to make money. It's phenomenal. So we know for the first one, you definitely need Web Warriors and Dark Hunters for some of the later nodes, is what they said in the Scourge. But for the main section, let's say the first 7, 8 nodes, they're not required, essentially. But in the later nodes, they said they are. So you'll definitely want to invest in your Web Warriors and Dark Hunters. So for a lot of us, Ghost Rider, Elsa Bloodstone, they're going to be essential. They might be 2, you're only 2. Well, Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles. Those might be the 4 characters you can heavily rely on for Web Warriors and Dark Hunters, because the other ones are being released. You might not be able to get them depending on how great you do in Blitz and such, or in their event campaign events and such, all that good stuff. And if you miss the Web Warriors, you're out of luck unless you're going to spend some cash, right? So definitely rely on your Elsa Bloodstone, your Ghost Rider, Miles, and your Spider-Man, because you can get both of them from the Blitz store, where you should be opening Blitz orbs. Alright, so the twist is that the player can also activate a variety of effects called Scourges that will either bolster enemy teams or cause detrimental effects to your teams. When doing so, it'll increase your multiplier like Blitz does. You go 8.1, 8.2, it makes the points worth more. And by activating these Scourges, like no reviving characters or no positive effects, speed down, stuff like that, you'll get more points, essentially. And that's how you'll get rated on this board right here. Scourge 8. Your expected run score, best run is 14. Okay, so your difficulty, you'll want to set it where you want to start. I'm going to start at like 7 or 8. And if it's too hard, I'll dial it back. 'Cause it says you can quit out of a run at any time and do multiple runs, but you can only use a character once per day. So this will last 10 days. So don't waste all your runs. Get a good run in and then try to beat that run, essentially, is how I'm taking it. By taking these, enemies gain 10% health. I'd give you one more multiplier here, right? Making that a 9 instead of an 8. Summon enemies, minions gain 20% health. Absolutely take that because minions suck, right? Essentially, yeah. Okay. Kicked, joined. Hopefully we'll get something to do with guilds, too. I'd love to see an update on alliances. Scourge events will be active for 10 days, then 5 days for each subsequent time it repeats. So if you do not unlock the character the first time around, you have a second shot, essentially. And that's where I was confused earlier on is, because like Blitz, you have multiple times to get it, plus an orb that you can buy for a chance between 6 and 180 shards or something like that. You could always get them unlocked at 100 shards. You just have to spend a little bit of cores or do halfway decent in the Blitzes. So they will be coming back. 5 days for each subsequent time it repeats. So this might be a month. We might have a new Scourge every month, and then it repeat again before Apocalypse. Who knows? Try to achieve their best single run with the highest difficulty level and greatest point value Scourges active, thus earning the most points. Those points will unlock milestone rewards and be tied to leaderboard rewards, both of which grant character shards for the new legendary horsemen. Now, new legendary horsemen. Legendary characters, they must be pretty OP, I would hope. But here is the leaderboards. They didn't show us the payout. They weren't so specific in any kind of shard breakdown. If it's anything like Blitz, if you're in the bottom 66 to 100%, it's going to be rough. But it's going to come multiple times, so hopefully that'll work out. At any point in your run, you have the option of starting over. Resetting the run will clear the progress made on the nodes and set your characters to full health. Whoa. After completing or resetting a run, so you don't need to wait 24 hours like in Dark Dimension. So if you beat a run, start off easy. You beat a run, you can go right at it again. No wait time. And you can try to improve. Crank up the difficulty a level or 2. Throw in some more Scourges, get better score. I love this, and this will help you min-max. Is this going to be a time sink? It's all about how competitive do you want to be. You just want to put up a score and get what you can get? There you go. You want to take the time and try to min-max that score, baby, and get them shards. Have fun with it. It sounds like an awesome, interesting game mode. Personally. New high score. Efficiency bonus. 4 horsemen were released individually gradually over the course of 2022. Lead up to a series of challenges different than the Scourge events featuring Apocalypse. Will lead up to a series of challenges that are different than Scourge. Okay. You unlock all the 4 horsemen and some additional requirements to add him to your roster. So your 4 horsemen at gear tier 13, 14, 15, essentially, with certain ISO requirements, 3, 4, 5, probably tier 1. Just like they did with Adam Warlock Unlock and such, is what I'm expecting when they say with some additional requirements. But thank God they put that note in there, because if it just says that you have to unlock the 4 horsemen, we come back later and we're like, what the heck's going on? You didn't say we had to invest all this into them. I love that they put that in there. As for what it means, I don't know. I'm just guessing on the gear tier requirements and such. That's what they do with every other challenge and unlock of the sort. New story. Think you figured out who all the 4 horsemen are. Think again. Working closely with Marvel Entertainment. Story of Apocalypse and identities of the 4 horsemen. Marvel Strike Force. It could be anyone. That's an interesting take here. I think it's Hulkbuster, bro. On that far right, the big chunky one with the red eyes. That, when I seen that, I thought it was Hulkbuster. I guess it could be Red Hulk. Oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. I don't know. Who do you guys think it's going to be? Like I said, I thought it was going to be Magneto. And maybe it's Timelines. I don't know. Maybe it's Professor X, bro. That'd be sick, wouldn't it? If he was one of the 4 horsemen. .com and msf.gg. You should check out both of these. They are phenomenal. In coming weeks, likely next week, you'll start to see additional features. Okay, so definitely check them out to get new features, API, and all that good stuff. You can download, or you can update an account, and you can actually build an account there, and it uploads your characters, and then it actually tells you who in your alliance, which teams can use which characters to best beat that team. So that way, certain players know which teams to save. We also recently made an announcement, created website, Officially part of Scopely and Balance Center. Yeah, so definitely log in and check that out. Most common war defense teams, defensive team. On the most. See, and that's the best thing about it. Is the war counter bot, msf.gg, is phenomenal. It's phenomenal that they got paid for their work. Now here it is. In the second 2021 preview, we announced that the production had begun on a brand new tournament-style game mode. We're happy to announce the official name of that feature, Cosmic Crucible. And Crucibles are supposed to be hard, right? It's like for the golden chalice of immortality. I don't remember what they call it. Needless to say, but it's the Cosmic Crucible. CC, baby. CC! The Cosmic Cruck. You know what I'm saying? Cruck star. I don't know. Development of this feature is on track, and we're working on setting up a playlist within the next couple of weeks where over 100 players will get hands-on with the feature and provide feedback. So a lot of the envoys and such, I imagine, are going to be in that. Hopefully they'll bring in some players with some outside perspective and maybe actually just pay those players. You know what I mean? Would be kind of nice. All right, I love you. In the meantime, we do have some additional details that we can share with you, but please keep in mind that these are all subject to change prior to release. So looking at this is phenomenal. And this is the tribunal essentially controlling everything. And he's trying to get... the story of it is they're trying to put you back in your original dimension, essentially, because it's all messed. You know what I mean? It's all mixed up. Players are grouped into 8-person bracket, matchmaking rating. So you're going to be playing similar-sized players in power level. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be very competitive. 6 defensive teams and attack the defenses of their opponents during the time window. So 6 defenses, that's not much at all. You need 6 teams for that. You need 6 teams for offense, essentially. And if it's based off efficiency, you don't even need a full 5-man team if you can beat it with smaller teams. So if you can go in with the Cersei and Icarus and blow the team up, that'd be the most efficient. You'd get the most reward and points, I would assume. Teams and attack the defense of their opponents during the time window. Tournaments will be grouped into seasons, each of which is expected to have its own set of rewards and changes to the rule set. Hopefully it's monthly, but you have like 4 fights a week. And it's on the off days of wars. That would be phenomenal if you ask me, because on the days you don't have war, it kind of just feels like you just do your dailies and you check out, essentially. Your raids, you know? So I would love to have more war or 7 days a week tournaments, you know what I mean? And make it where you don't have to participate in every single one, or it won't kill you if you don't or something. I don't know. I'm excited, and I can't wait to play it nonstop. Based on the rating system, and players will be separated in divisions based on their wins and losses. So if you play really hard and you play really good, you're going to face other players of similar caliber. And if you're getting beat down constantly, it's going to drop you back to players that you can actually beat. Players win rounds by defeating more rooms than their opponent. Players earn victory points by defeating enemy teams, which are used to determine the winner in the case of a tie. The player with initiated the fewest number of attacks wins. So you want to make sure you win the fight no matter what. Highest TCP of teams used wins. That's where the highest TCP wins if it's in a tie. I think the team with the lowest total collection power wins. Because they were able to do it more efficiently. You get what I'm saying? They were able to tie him and have weaker team. But seasons will have global rules that grant certain bonuses to all rooms. So just like Alliance Wars, you'll have certain buffs and stuff, or debuffs. There will also be room rules that grant specific bonuses or apply restrictions to combat in a certain room. Times a player can attack one room, there will not be unlimited attempts. So you gotta play smart, bro. I'm liking this. Rewards will be granted based on your division. The higher your division placement, the better the rewards you will earn. What? Sign me up. Most details regarding the content of rewards have not yet been established. Orange gear and teal gear. So teal gear is huge. And probably if you're in the division where you're winning orange gear, that's probably what you need for where you're at in the game. Obviously, eventually you'll need teal gear, but you're not going for DD5. You're probably still prepping for DD3 or 4. So teal gear, it's kind of something you don't really need at this moment per se. So orange gear would be a phenomenal reward for you. Is teal gear worth more? Yes, it is. Okay. The team is working hard to get this brand new mode into players' hands as soon as possible. After it goes live, we plan on making further improvements. So they're going to call it a preseason before they actually go season 1 to get feedback and make additional changes, essentially. Please keep in mind that this info is subject to change prior to the release. We'll keep you updated. No release date yet. Costumes. All right, so Moon Knight. I love Moon Knight. One of my favorite characters in this game. If you follow my Shadowlands series, my Marvel Strike Force 2.0 Beginner's Guide, it's phenomenal. I mean, he's got a TV show coming, right? So this is pretty sick. It's kind of giving me the Vision vibe. And he's T-posing, T-standing, whatever they call that. It was happening in an arena a lot with Loki and stuff and whatnot. Black Bolt Strike Anniversary and Storm Classic. So Storm has needed the rework. I don't like the Halle Berry look myself. This is pretty cool. I wanted the black and white personally, but this is a lot better than the one we have. 10 times better in my opinion. Moon Knight, I don't know that I'll change over to this. I might run it occasionally just to show it off if I get it, but I'm not going to be spending to go after this. This one is way better in my opinion, and this is just awesome. The helmet's kind of insane. But the rest of the costume is quite phenomenal in my opinion. I do want this overall. Avengers Tower improvements. Further improvements to Avengers Tower that will arrive over the coming months include the ability to filter out characters that you have already used. That's huge. I'm tired of going through my list over and over. A dedicated save squads tab, huge. But at the same time, I don't know that I'm going to have save squads. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to counter other teams. So if you have a save squad built for that, I don't see that working very well, but if that helps people, great. Surfacing the cooldown timer next to on cooldown on the disabled battle button. Okay. We will continue to look for opportunities to improve Avengers Tower experience. Economy improvements. Minion characters. Okay, so they're removing them. It sounds like here. Back from most players. We will be removing all minions from the Elite 6 and 7-star orbs. So if you were hoping for that 7-star Hydra Scientist, sorry, man. You know, additional slots will be added to the Elite supplies as well. So if you're looking to buy a Red Star promotion for a specific character, they'll be more likely to appear. So they're just going to increase the more slots. It's still a slot machine, but you're having more slots, more chance of it spinning up the character you want. I'm getting to the point where I've got all my characters at 4, so it's a 5, 6, or 7 of a character that it's offering me, and it's, you know what I mean, it kind of limits them in that aspect, so I kind of enjoy it, personally. With the conquest of Dark Dimension 5, we want more players to be able to make it through the orange gear tiers and to the teal gear over the next few minutes. Finder offers for superior, okay, additional gear pieces, additional ways to earn teal gear, which is huge. That's what they always do. And that's the whole thing. I didn't see them needing to rush that. They need to be making other game modes, fixing other things that are flawed with the game, instead of pumping out Dark Dimension after Dark Dimension, then giving you the gear. You know what I mean? There's no rush on it. There's tons of other things to do. I've been building my Wave 1, and I'm going to start on my Shadowlands shortly. So, quality of life improvements. Content and features. We have a number of improvements planned. Event campaigns are switching it up to where easy and medium mode are being swapped into easy, and then hard's going to fall back to the medium, and then they're going to come out with a whole new hard mode. It's going to be phenomenal. Quick alliance option at level 50 to allow you to reach the alliance management and alliance donation screens without having to load helicarrier scene first. That's huge. I'd really like to see a place where that shows active players that you can recruit. If you're a player in the game, you could click a button on your roster sheet or whatever, and it'd put your name up there as a player, and you'd show your power levels. So you can scroll down to certain power levels and look at players that are looking for or alliances or something. We're all in the database, so why can't I organize it, filter it, and apply it, right? I don't know how hard that is for computer techies and stuff to do, but programmers and all that good stuff. That would be something that's cool. Because the thing that's hurting right now is alliances are being broke, shattered. You have to change your alliance to get into Doom raids. You have to change your alliance if you're too small or you can't get enough players. You have to bring in some small ones. They want to go back and do easier raids so that way they can get some of the stuff they need. It's just really hard if players quit to find a player that's going to meet the same requirements that other player was meeting. So it would definitely be cool if they did that. Because maybe you're thinking about changing alliances, but you know if you leave the one you got, it's so hard to find another good alliance that you fit with ideally. So you don't risk it, and you just stay in an alliance of 12 people going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'd really love to see an overhaul of the alliances. But this is awesome. Awesome quality of life. Auto battle. Non-minion. Equip all gear to lower level players. I like that. Because I hated it when I started out. Updated the rewards for achievements linked to the login X days and extend into the future. So hopefully we'll get a I don't know what they call that, where it's essentially a backlog of payouts. We'll get that for being on for 2 years, but I don't know if we will or not. Either way, I think that's cool that they're updating it because the Hulk shards are getting old. Summary. Features and content coming in 2022, especially around the 4-year anniversary of Marvel Strike Force in March and April. And this I mentioned in a previous video. That's why I think this year is the time to do it. The 4-year anniversary is coming up. Apocalypse is coming. Tons of great features. Our own personal Grand Champion Arena things coming. Like I said, lots of new and great things are coming. I just hope that they'll fix some of these older things or get rid of them. Arena in particular. We'll continue to give you updates in the weekly Friday blog posts and release dates for new content features draws near. Boundless Entertainment Studio, thank you for playing with us, and we look forward to sharing an incredible year with you. So this is the strike time. Definitely go watch it. It's really, really phenomenal. And they talk about how they're pulling out all the stops, essentially. Finally, we're going to get Omega Red. Dark Dimension 5 City Pole Winner Blitz. Character shards for Anti-Venom. Chaos Theory. So now I'm loving this Chaos Theory. They almost need to leave it like that because, honestly, even with it running 4 times, you're not getting to purchase very many 6 or 7 star characters, right? Maybe 1 or 2 with the whole thing. So I'm actually really, really enjoying this. And they almost need to do that constantly. And then the block party is the same thing. They need to up that to where it's like twice a month as well. So you can get 2 skills, you know. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Obviously, this is all phenomenal stuff to hear, right? I want all this. But at the same time, I want them to fix the problems too. So like and subscribe. We're headed for 1,000 subs. Again, if we can reach that point before the end of February, I'm going to give away $200 back to my community, and it'll be through gift cards on my Discord or such, with just the codes that you can use. If we don't, though, I'm going to give away $100 as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. Here of late, my content's been all over, but I do Marvel Strike Force and Awakened Chaos Era. I've been playing a little bit of Black Desert Online, BDO. Check me out over there. Much love, stay healthy. We'll see you all in the next one.